boys, we back again. In this video, you're going to know the exact secret to get a killer work ethic. And this isn't some productivity tactic that will last you for like a day and then you'll just get bored and stop procrastinating again. This is going to be eternal and it's going to make you work harder than ever. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this because once I understood this, my entire life changed. Like, I've always been a master procrastinator. Like you saw in my other video, I've spent like 105 days in GTA that was spent procrastinating. And if I can get out of that same trap, I'm sure you can too. Okay, so I don't want to waste any more of your time. I'm just going to explain it because it is really important, to be honest. And I might get a bit emotional making this video because it's going into quite a deep topic that most people do not talk about. So the first thing I want you to understand is the phrase FTE, which stands for frick this event. I don't want to swear, bro. I don't do that here. Okay, so basically what this means is when your life gets so bad, when you experience a really bad event that is like the worst you've ever experienced, it's going to force you to change, right? So there's probably a clear moment in your life that was incredibly bad, that forced you to get onto self-improvement, that forced you to get disciplined or try to get disciplined, right? Whatever it is, it's probably just something that has like propelled you into this direction. Because the thing is, getting onto self-improvement is not normal whatsoever. Nobody voluntarily gets up in the morning and meditates for 15 minutes. No one wants to do that. So you really got to realize that there's something different about you. And that's totally fine because I'm bloody weird, mate. I'm exactly the same as you, right? So the first phrase I want you to understand is an FTE. This is the single most important thing that anyone can experience. And regardless of what you think about this event that's happened to you, so you can probably pinpoint it, right? Something very bad has happened to you. But you really got to look at this from a gratitude perspective. Because the thing is, you will not be on self-improvement if you did not have this experience, okay? So I'm going to go into my FTE now and, you know, it's going to get pretty deep. And there's two FTEs that I've had in my life. And the first one was basically when I used to get bullied a lot. So I used to get bullied a lot in school because I have a lazy eye, so my eye randomly turns out, right? So people would pick on me, and at the time, now that I think back, I didn't really realize that I was getting bullied. I would joke about it, I would think they were just joking, but when you've got people literally insulting you because you've got this eye condition, you look about it and you just think, well, I was definitely getting bullied. And this happened for years. Like throughout the entire of high school, I experienced a lot of bullying, and basically I didn't really realize it at the time, but I was building up all this negative energy inside of me, and eventually it just got so bad, it just spiraled out of control. Because I remember I had to go to the doctors because I was like 49 kg at 15, so I was basically severely underweight, and if I didn't do anything, I would probably be at risk of very bad health issues. And coming out of that doctors, I kind of realized how bad my life was, and I needed to change because literally I had the worst mental health of my life. I was getting suicidal thoughts every single day. One, because I was getting bullied, and the second was because I hated the way I looked. I hated everything about myself. That really propelled me to start self-improvement, and that's one of the main reasons I started my copywriting business, because I was afraid of spending any time with people where people could possibly pick on me because I have a lazy eye. And I didn't want to experience bullying or any form of that ever again. So that was my FTE. Maybe yours is worse than mine. Maybe it's better than mine. Whatever it is, you've probably experienced a very negative event in your life. And now what I want to go over is how this can lead to you being more productive, because you probably don't realize this, but let me just draw this out first, so I'll explain it in a minute. Basically, what I've drawn out here is the equation for productivity, working hard, right? And the thing that most people do not understand is that trauma, bad things that can happen in your life can lead to two things. It can either lead to work or it can lead to coping mechanisms. Work is obviously you doing work. Coping mechanisms is like you going to video games because you hate your life. You binge eating because you just hate the way you look or something like that. And you're basically trying to escape the current reality. And I would say around, like, I don't know if this is correct, but I would say around 90% of the population goes to coping mechanisms when they experience trauma, right? So 90% of the population go to coping mechanisms. But there's also a 10% of people that take the alternate path, which is you working on yourself, getting into like a really deep improvement phase. And regardless of what you think, there's one reason or a couple of reasons why you got into self-improvement, why you want to work hard, right? And you right now are in this top 10% of people because you clicked on this video and maybe you are in the coping mechanism stage, but most of you are probably trying to work harder. You want to become disciplined, and regardless of what maybe it's already in your mind. Maybe you already can think of that one moment where everything just like snapped. And if you can't, that's completely fine, but just know there's a reason why you are on this path. If you look at every single high achiever, like I got this entire idea from Charlie Morgan, so I really recommend checking him out, by the way. He's a great YouTuber. Because if you think to any high performer like David Goggins, he experienced a very rough childhood and he went on to be like the toughest man alive. If you think to any person, for example, like Hamza, if you think to yourself, you've experienced some trauma in your life and that's caused you to work hard. So what we really need to do is channel all of this trauma that is probably inside of your mind right now into work. You know, you hear a lot of people like say when people get heartbroken, just channel all that energy into the gym. And the reason why that's so powerful is because you can turn that negative energy inside of you into work. The thing is, energy cannot be created or destroyed, it can only be transferred. So if you transfer this negative energy that you're feeling into work, you are going to be disciplined, no questions asked. And by the way, if you don't look mentally disciplined and just develop a really good work ethic and just progress so much faster towards your goals, click the first link in the description. But how do we actually channel this negative energy into work? And basically what it is journaling why you want to be disciplined. And when you journal about why you want to be disciplined, you are going to come across that trauma that you experience. It's just going to appear in your mind if you do it enough. And when you actually discover this, it's going to give you a reason to work hard. You can say that's a terrible way of thinking, but I really just think it's a great motivator. Because the thing is, you can be motivated by negativity as well. And it's a really powerful motivator. So the thing I want you to take away from this video is know that the reason why you're on self-improvement is simply because you've experienced trauma. And that trauma has probably led to you going down the work route, because most people do not go down self-improvement because they just don't have a reason to. And this is going to be an actionable step for this video. What I want you to do is just journal why you want to be disciplined. And I mention this in all my videos, but you need a strong reason to be disciplined. And there's a quote I really like. I forgot who it's from, but you can probably know it. You probably already know who it's from. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. And basically what that means is if you have a strong purpose, you have a strong reason to do something, you will do it. You can bear anything in your life. You can do anything. And I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with what I'm saying in this video, that you shouldn't use trauma to fuel your work ethic. But the thing is, man, it's just so powerful and it's just improved my life so much. And like I said in a video, if you want to become insanely disciplined, produce this really killer work ethic. Work for 4 to 6 hours a day on your purpose so you can feel fulfilled, so you can enjoy your life. Or you can get out of the stage where you hate yourself for not progressing on self-improvement. Click the first link in the description. So I hope you take this video well and just journal why you want to be disciplined. Okay? Goodbye. Have a nice day. You're going to elbow in the face again. Goodbye.